Have you ever tried making an AI story or coloring book only to have your main character look like a completely different person on page 2? It's a project killer. Today, I'm showing you how to build a coloring book visuals generator. We're going to create a system that generates consistent, professional 3 to 4 ratio images, perfect for 8.5 by 11-inch prints where your character stays exactly the same from start to finish. This generator doesn't just keep the character consistent, it generates full storybook visuals, including setting backgrounds and integrated narrative text. Alright, let's take a look at the storytelling engine I've built here in opal.google. Instead of typing long prompts every time, I've set up this node based workflow to do the work for us. There are 6 input nodes. 1. Character image. This is where we upload our visual anchor character. 2. Describe scene. This node holds the action, like Leo kneeling with a magnifying glass. 3. Set background. This defines the room so the background doesn't mess with the character's face. 4. Story text. This is vital. We take the lines Gemini wrote and put them here. 5. Page visual layout. If you have a specific sketch, this node tells the AI exactly where to put everything. 6. Font pick. Upload a picture of the font you want, and the AI will match that lettering style. And there are 2 generation nodes. All these inputs flow into our 2 brain nodes. Prompt generator. This node takes all your data and writes a perfect technical prompt. Image creator. This final node takes that prompt and generates the actual coloring book page. So first things first, we need a story for our coloring book. You don't need to worry about it as I have the exact prompt which you can use to get your story. You need to add in your own book title, character name, and rest of the things. If you do not have the story yourself, do not change anything from the prompt and it will generate a random story for you using a random character and even provide the character description which you can use to generate your own character. I would suggest you to give it a book title or topic at the very least. Once you have got this prompt, run it inside Gemini to get your full coloring book story. Then, next step is to head over to opal.google. You can make gems at gemini.google.com/gems/view, which is great for basic tasks. But for this tutorial and for better control over our image models and aspect ratios, we are building this inside opal.google. Opal's advanced editor lets us construct a node-based workflow so we can manage every detail of the page layout. Click the Create New button and it will take you to the Opal's interface in which we can build our app. So in this interface, you can see an option to see a demo video which helps you understand the app builder. You can also see Add a step to get started, which is pointing towards different types of nodes, and another app making approach, which says, or type what you want to build, in which you can describe your app. First, we are going to add all our input nodes by clicking on this user input option. It will add an input node as you can see. Over here, we can change the name of the input node and also add prompt for this node, which is to upload your main character image. After this, click anywhere on the app builder and you will see that it has created our app interface with the start button. You can also name your app over here. Now, similarly, we will add rest of our input nodes for scene description, background description, story text, font image, and visual layout. If you want to generate coloring book images without text, you can skip the story text, font image, and visual layout node. So our next step is to make a prompt from all our input nodes based on which we will generate images of our coloring book. So click this generate button and it will add a blank node with blue color differentiating it from input nodes. Rename it something like generate prompt based on user inputs. Here, you are required to add role of the node, rules it's going to follow, and other do's and don'ts related to our input nodes. After many tries, I have come up with this prompt which you can use for prompt generation step. All the prompts are in the description, so you don't need to worry about anything. Next, we will again click generate and rename this node to something like generate coloring page image. Here again, we will add our image output prompt, which you can copy from the description. So in our next step, we are going to connect all the input nodes with the prompt generation node first by clicking and holding onto this connector right here and dragging it to the prompt generation node. You can see that it has added reference from our first input node into the prompt generation node. Similarly, we will connect rest of the nodes as well. And then for our image generation node, we will connect those input nodes in which we are going to upload reference images, like in main character, font image, and visual layout nodes. Once we have connected these nodes, in the final step, we will connect the prompt generation node to the image generation node. Then, in order to change settings of both generation nodes, we will click the prompt generation node first. By default, this node will be on Gemini 2.5 Flash. If you have subscription of Gemini, you can select Gemini 3 Pro, which is the latest. If not, leave it as it is. Then for our image generation node, by default it will be on Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Nano Banana. Under this, you can see that it's saying image generation has limited free quota. Stick with this if you do not have subscription, else select Gemini 3 Pro Image Nano Banana. Note that story text will only be accurate in our final image if you use Gemini 3 Pro option in image generation node. Otherwise, the text will not be accurate. In that case, it will be better if you do not add story text and font image node and stick with only image based output. Next, on the bottom with image generation node selected, you can see an option named as Advanced Settings. Click on it and you can see image aspect ratio. By default, it will be on 1 to 1. You need to select 3 to 4 in this as it is close to aspect ratio of a coloring book page. You can also design a theme for your app by clicking on this theme option and typing theme description or uploading an image from your PC. Sort out the nodes for better visibility. As we know that there are 3 image input nodes in our app, which means every time we generate our coloring page, we will be uploading 3 images every single time. In order to avoid this, we will click this option named Add Asset, and it will add an asset node in which we will upload our reference image of font. I have intentionally not added the main character image and visual layout, as somehow it doesn't exactly copy the character and layout as it looks. If you chose to skip the story text and visual layout input node, you do not need to add these image assets. Now our app is ready and it's time to give it a go. So first we will upload our main character here. In the next 3 input nodes, we will copy the story we generated in Gemini one by one and paste it into each node respectively. As for visual layout, you can design a simple layout in Canva using shapes and simple text. And in last step, we have already added our font as an asset. You can see now it's generating prompt based on inputs and then move on to generating image of our coloring book page. It might take a minute or two. Here we go. Our final output looks really solid. I have opened our main character and our image output side by side, and you can see how accurately it has copied our main character. So once you have generated all pages for your book, you need to put them in one folder and upscale these images. For upscaling, I am using free open source software named as Upscale, which you can download from the link in my bio. Click this batch upscale option here and select the folder with coloring book pages. You can upscale images up to 16 times, but it is recommended to scale up to 5 times. I am going with 4x option. Hit the Upscale button and it will upscale your images and save them inside the folder you selected. I have opened raw and upscaled image side by side for comparison. The left one is raw and right one is upscaled one. Zoom into both images and you can really tell the difference. The upscaled one look really crisp and ready for converting into PDF. For converting them into PDF, you can go to Canva and create a custom sized blank document which is 8.5 into 11 inches. Then upload your images into the media and place them and scale them onto the blank document and then export it into PDF. And Pixologists, there you go. Now you finally have your own app that can generate your coloring book pages with consistent characters. If this video provided you any value, make sure to subscribe my channel and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss out on my upcoming cool workflows. Catch you in the next one.